Today I'm going to show you how to make a pineapple mint shrub. It's a wonderful, probiotic-rich and tasty drinking vinegar that was a common drink in the 1700s. Hi sweet friends, I'm Mary and welcome to Mary's Nest, where I teach traditional cooking skills for making nutrient-dense foods like sourdough, bone broth, ferments, and more. So if you enjoy learning about those things, consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to click on the little notification bell below. That'll let you know every time I upload a new video. Today I'm participating in a fun collaboration called Garden Herbs, and what we're doing is taking herbs from our garden and creating a recipe with them, either for something to eat or something to drink or something medicinal or even maybe a beauty product, a cream, something like that. And I'm doing this collaboration with some wonderful ladies. They're just lovely, lovely friends that I have here on YouTube, and they all have great channels. And I'm going to read to you who's in the collaboration. It's Katie at Heritage Ways, Lori at Whippoorwill Holler, Vicky at Vicky's Country Home, Teresa at Teresa's Stay-at-Home Life, Susan at My Revival, Alicia at Moat Cottage Homestead, and Tammy at Little Jordan Farm. And I'll be sure to put links to all of their channels in the description below. So definitely go check out their channels. I think you'll enjoy to see what they do with various herbs from their garden. A shrub is a delightful, refreshing beverage to have on hand during the summer months, especially when you're entertaining. Because if you have guests who prefer not to have alcohol, this is a wonderful substitute because you can turn this into a mocktail, as they say, a cocktail without any alcohol, by adding sparkling water or by just adding plain water. It's very refreshing, tasty, and it can be made with any type of fruit. You can make it with berries, or like today, we're going to make it with pineapple. And then you can also add additional ingredients to change up the flavor. Today I'm going to add some mint. This is peppermint from my garden. But you can add ginger, you can add other herbs and spices. You can mix fruits together. It's very flexible, that's the word I'm looking for. It's a very flexible recipe. And so today I'll walk through it, how I'm going to do it with pineapple, but I'll also link in the iCards to where I make it with the strawberries, so you can see how that recipe turned out as well. Now generally a shrub is 1 part fruit, 1 part raw apple cider vinegar, and then 1 part sweetener. But because I'm using pineapple, which is already rather sweet, I'm decreasing the sweetener to only 1 cup. But when I made the strawberry shrub, I had 1 cup strawberries, 1 cup apple cider vinegar, and then 1 cup, in this case, honey. But today, this is a nice sweet pineapple, and so I'm going to decrease that honey to just 1 cup, because I've got 2 cups of pineapple. I'm making more shrub, especially with the summer being here. These are wonderful to keep in the fridge. So I'm going to make a larger amount than I did when I made the strawberry shrub. So I'm going to use a half-gallon jar. This is a clean half-gallon jar, and I've got 2 cups of pineapple, 2 cups of raw apple cider vinegar, and just 1 cup of the raw honey. And then I'm also, as I said, going to add the mint from my garden, and I think when all of these leaves are put into a measuring cup, it's probably going to be about 1 cup of mint leaves. But again, you can adjust that, and once you make this once, you'll know, oh, I'd like to add a little ginger, or I'd like to add a little lemon juice, or maybe I'd like to use a different fruit, or maybe I'll use more mint or less mint. So experiment. That's what's the fun of this beverage. Now the first thing we're going to do is just put our pineapple right into this jar. And the next thing you want to do is, if you have a pounder like this or a wooden spoon, you just want to go in and just try to mash up the fruit a little bit, in this case the pineapple. Just break it up a little bit. So you just want to macerate that a bit until the pineapple starts releasing its juices. Now I'm going to get ready to add the mint. This is all washed, and this is from my garden, and I'm just going to start pulling off the mint leaves. Well, I've got all my mint in here. Now don't throw out your stems. These have a wonderful minty fragrance to them. And you can just let those dry out, and once they dry out, you can pulverize them, and then you can put them into a little muslin bag or something like that, and then you can keep them by your bedside if you have a cold or allergies where you're feeling a little stuffy or something, and being able to breathe it in or tuck it under your pillow or whatever the case may be, it's like having a homemade Vicks Vapo Rub, but just in a powder form in a little bag that you can just sniff. My son used to love that when he was a little boy. I would put different things, different herbs and spices and whatnot in these little muslin bags for him to inhale if he had a cold or something. So that's just, you know me, waste not, want not. And now I'm just going to macerate this mint in with the pineapple to help release all that wonderful mint flavor and aroma. It's delightful. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add in my 1 cup of honey. Now, after this is all made, and I'll show you how we prepare it to go to drink it, if it's not too sweet enough for you, it's easy to add in more honey. But when you use a sweet fruit like pineapple, I find that the 1-to-2 ratio is better than the 1-to-1 ratio. Now you can use any kind of honey that you want. This is a lovely, rich, dark honey from here in the Hill Country, Texas Hill Country where I live. But any pourable honey will do. You can use a light colored one or a dark one like this, or you can also use maple syrup. Or you could use the dried cane juice. You just have to mix it real well, and it will dissolve when you put the vinegar in. So you could use, as I said, the dried cane juice like sucanat. But I discourage you from using white sugar, even if it were organic, because using honey or maple syrup or the sucanat bring a lot of minerals to the drink and make it very mineral rich as well as vitamin rich. And then when you add the raw apple cider vinegar, that adds a nice probiotic benefit. So you actually wind up making a healthful drink. Now all I'm going to do is just give this a swizzle around, a little turn, just to get that honey incorporated with all the fruit and the mint, and let all those flavors meld together. Now I've got that mixed up, and I'm going to go ahead and add in the raw apple cider vinegar. And if you buy this at the store, you want to look for raw apple cider vinegar, and it'll say on the bottle usually with the mother. And that is, and there's the mother there down on the bottom of my glass here. The mother is referring to it having the probiotics and being rich in good bacteria. Now, you can also make raw apple cider vinegar, and it's very easy. And I have a recipe for that, and I'll link to it in the iCards. So if you want to give your hand a try at that, if you've not made it before, I think you'll have fun with that. Alrighty, now we've got the vinegar in here, so we're just going to give this a stir. Get everything well incorporated. Well, I've got that all stirred up. I'm just going to put this lid on, and then I'm just going to give it another good shake. Make sure that lid's nice and tight. Now at this point you have a couple of options. You can go ahead and just refrigerate this just like this and allow the flavors to really macerate overnight or for a couple of days, whatever you want to do, for a week. Anything is fine. The flavors will just become richer and richer and richer. Now, if you decide you're ready, you've made this, and you're ready to serve it, I'll show you what we'll do next. Boy, this is intoxicating when I took the lid off. This smells so good. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to get a strainer and some sort of vessel underneath. I'm just using a large glass measuring cup so you can see what I'm doing. And you're just going to strain out the contents so that you have the liquid in the bottom. And then I'll show you what we do to prepare the liquid to turn it into the drink, the shrub. And all you want to do is keep mashing this down until you get all the liquid out. And just keep working at it, pressing it, getting it to release all of its flavor, juices, liquid. And just keep doing that until it gets down to just a small amount of mush, for lack of a better word. Alrighty, well, I think I've got most of the liquid out of all of the pineapple and the mint and the honey and the vinegar. I think I've got it pretty much all pushed through into the measuring cup. Now, don't throw this out. You can put this on a cutting board, chop it up smaller, or whirl it if you have one of those high-speed blenders, or as I said, just hand chop it, or you could even put it in a regular blender. You might have to add a little liquid. And then add this to some yogurt and then mix it all up together and put it into popsicle molds, and you'll have pineapple mint yogurt popsicles. It's delicious. Now, to prepare the shrub beverage, what you want to do is get a nice tall glass, fill it with ice. I've got a little straw in here. And then what I'm going to do is take 1/4 cup of this mixture, the shrub base. And then you're just going to pour this into your glass. Let me do this neatly. And then at this point, you can add some regular flat water, or you can add seltzer and make it, or sparkling water, and make it like an old-fashioned soda. That's what I think I'm going to do here. Then once you get the glass filled, you just want to give it a good stir to incorporate the shrub base into the sparkling water to really make it a nice, refreshing beverage. This is beautifully mixed together now. And I think something that you're going to find is, you've probably seen in the grocery store in the bottles, they'll sell these drinking vinegars, but I always find them a little harsh. It kind of just tastes like maybe some vinegar and water, a little sweetener. But when you add the fruit and the honey and maybe, you know, some mint or ginger, it makes it such a completely different drink, and one that's so refreshing. So let's give it a taste. Oh, that is so good. It's so hot here this time of year, and this is so refreshing. You're going to really love this, and you can make this look so pretty when you entertain. You could put a sprig of mint, a piece of pineapple, and really doll it up and make it look like a little tropical mocktail. Now, to store this, what you'll want to do is just take your jar again, and then just go ahead and pour this right in. And thanks to the honey and I used raw honey, and thanks to the raw apple cider vinegar, it really helps extend the life of this so that this will stay fresh in the refrigerator easily for a couple of weeks, if not longer. Now this will go into the fridge, and I'm going to enjoy this, and I hope you'll go visit the other ladies who are part of this collaboration, because I know they're going to have some terrific ideas for how to use herbs from your garden. And if you'd like to learn more about traditional cooking, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and then click on this video over here where I show you how to make homemade ginger ale using a ginger bug. And I'll see you over there in my Texas Hill Country kitchen. Love and God bless.